Hello students of 5th standard. Today we are going to start a new lesson, that is lesson number 4, environmental balance. See there in your textbook. Try this. Ask the elders in your family to take out a riverside or a lake or a stream. What you have to do? You have to go towards the river or stream. You have to make the list of the living things you see there. Whenever you go there, what you have to do? You have to make the list of the living things which are present there. If you do not know the names of the living things, you see, make a note of them describing their shape. If you don't know the name of those things, then what you have to do? You have to draw the shapes of that whatever the living things you are seeing there. The color, the sound or the shelter. These all things you have to do. Or draw their pictures. What you have to do? You have to draw the pictures. Count how many types of living things you see. What you have to do? You have to count the number of living things whichever you are seeing there. Now you have to repeat the activity near your house, or you can say your school or your garden or in a field. Then see next one. Can you tell? In the course of your observation, did you notice any signs of the presence of a living things, though the living things themselves were not seen? So, can you see any of the signs, even though you could not see the living things, but you see the signs around you? Have you seen it? For example, did you partly notice any eaten fruit or shell? Have you seen the fruit, or you can say a shell, or you can say fallen feathers, or you can say animal track, dung, droppings, nest, cocoons, eggs, honeycombs? Yes, we have seen this all in the surrounding. So what could this tells us? What this observation tells us? Could your observation any microorganism? Have you observed any microorganism? Could you have observed any microorganism? Microorganisms are very minute in structures, so therefore we can't see them. Then see, how many types of the living things did you see at the place you have visited? There are various types of the living things whenever we go and visit the place. Do you think you saw all kinds of living things belonging there? Have you seen all types of living things which are belonging there? Did you see some living things of various places or different one? Have you seen there? See, the variety we see in all living things that belongs to the particular area. Whatever the variety of the living things that you have recorded or you have seen in the particular area is nothing but the biodiversity. Now see, to study the biodiversity of the place, scientists make a large number of observations. What happens? See there, whenever we want to know about the biodiversity of a particular place, what the scientists were doing? They were doing lot of observations there. Lot of findings were there by them. Then see, they make this observation in different kinds. They were doing the observations in different kinds, such as they were observing how the living thing is at the daytime, how the living thing is at a night time, how it is present at a, you can say, different season, or how it is behaving at a different seasons. So they use special devices to make observation of the living things that are found at a greater heights or depth, as well as the microorganisms. What they were doing? They were observing the microorganisms by special, you can say, equipments, and they were also using special equipments to observe the, you can say, living things which were at a very great height or also in the depth, also inside the ground. Observations of many scientists had been brought together and studied again. Now, this observation which was done by the various scientists, that was collected and then it was studied. Then see, only when all such efforts are made over a long time, only when such methods are made for a long time, what happens there? See, you can be sure that you can get a biodiversity of that place. Then see next one, the environment. So we are going to see here the environment, the surroundings and the conditions in those surroundings which affect the life of the organisms there are together known as the environment. Environment means what? The surrounding and the condition in that surroundings which affect the life of the organisms are together known as their environment. It includes many components such as sunlight, air, water, soil, plants and animals. See there, living and non-living things are dependent on one another. Whenever you see, the living things and non-living things are dependent on one another. There is lot of give and take or interaction between them. That means there is an interaction between the living things and non-living things also. Environment science studies is nothing but one of the, you can say, interaction. Then see here to the next page. See here we have seen on the page, look at the pictures of the living and non-living things which are shown below. Discuss the mutual relationship between the various factors of the environment. We know that see here grasshopper is there. Grasshopper, what does it do? It eats the plants. Then grasshopper is eaten by the, you can say, frogs. And frogs are eaten by the snakes, snakes are eaten by the eagles. Such way there is a, you can say, interaction between each another. Then the various types of, you can say, animals are dependent on one another. See, there is a food chain, whatever we see. Whenever we look at the, you can say, picture there, what does it is shown there? See, a plant is shown, a grasshopper is shown, and a, you can say, sparrow, or you can say a bird is shown. So grasshopper eats the leaves and birds eat the grasshopper. This is nothing but one of the food chain. Then see, who eats the birds? Man eats the bird, or you can say various other types of animals. Also they eat a bird. What is the food of the plants? You know, plant synthesizes its food with the help of the photosynthesis process. In this process, it prepares glucose. That means due to the combination of CO2 and that is carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight and in presence of chlorophyll, it is preparing its own food, and that own food is nothing but glucose, and it gives out oxygen. So see, that is also one of the most thing there. You can look at the picture. What is the deer's food? See there, deer's food is nothing but grass. What is the food of the tiger? Tiger eats the another animals. Then see, there are several links in the chain. Whenever you see, there are several links in the chain. If chains were separate from each other, could they call a chain? Can we call them as a chain? No. As they are linked to one another, therefore we call them as a chain. Even though each link is a complete object, it is joined to the links before and after. Whenever you see, these links are joined to one another before, or you can say after. If the link comes if any link comes loose, the chain is broken. That means if any animal becomes loose in this, then what happens? The chain will be broken. In the first picture, we see that the sun, some plants, a grasshopper and a bird, they all are connected to each other. That means this is nothing but a food chain. The trees prepare their food with the help of the sunlight. We know that. Then these trees are eaten by the grasshopper. Then the grasshopper is eaten by the birds. We know that. Now, that is why we say that they are in a form of a chain. Such a chain is called as a food chain. What is this chain called? This chain is called as a food chain. And component of each link, each of these component is a link of the food chain. Then see next one. In nature, there are many food chains. So whenever you see in nature, there are many food chains. If one of these link in a chain becomes extinct, can the food chain last? Yes. If any one of the animal in this chain is kept aside, then what will happen? This chain will be broken. The food web. Whenever we observe various food chains as shown in the figure below, see, find the food chains of the, you can say, various types. Here it is given. One living thing can be the part of the food chains. Whenever you see, one of the living thing can be the part of the food chain that gives rise to the food web also. Whenever you see a particular animal is dependent on one animal, it can be the, you can say, food of the, it can be the prey of the another, you can say, animal also. That is, there is an interconnection between these animals, and that is nothing but a food web. The most important food is nothing, food in food chains is the plant. Every living things get the food from the environment. Whenever we see, there are various types of plants and animals present in the environment. All of these get the food from the environment. Many animals in the environment eat out plants. Whenever you see, there are many animals in the environment, they eat out only plants. Other animals eat the animals whichever are present on the plants. But plants make their own food in presence of the sunlight. And by using the, how it is making its own food? By using the carbon dioxide and water. This, it means that plants are the main support of the, you can say, food chain. Next comes the environmental balance. See, there are many food chains in our environment. Whenever you see, there are various food chains in our environment. Because of these food chains, what happens? Every living things get its food as it needed and therefore continues to live as it is getting the food whatever it needs to grow for the growth of his life, that he is getting from the environment, and so he is able to live. Microorganisms living in the soil help the process of decomposition of the plant residue, dead animals, excreta. Whenever you see the role of the microorganisms, what is the role of the microorganisms? They are decomposing the plant residues. Then again you can see dead animals or excreta which is present in the soil. As a result, substances that help the growth of plants are formed and that gets added to the soil. Plants use them for the growth. Whatever the decomposition is done by the microorganism, this decomposed material is used by the plants. Thus, plants use substances in the soil for their growth. Whenever you see, these plants use these substances whichever are used for their growth, and when plants and animals die, the decomposition there remains, adds the substances to the soil again. So what happens? As these animals are dependent on the, you can say, your plants, but after their death they get added to the soil, or they get decomposed and they get mixed into the soil. Then see, this is an important cycle in the environment. Also living things get continuous supply of water because of a water cycle. There is also water cycle in the environment, due to which all of the organisms, whether it may be the plants, whether it may be the animals, or whether it may be the human beings, they are getting the water. Then see, living things also require oxygen for their breathing, and they give out the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide which is given by human beings is taken by the plants, and the oxygen which is given by the plants is taken by the, you can say, human beings. So this is also one of the cycle in the nature. While there are several again cycles into the nature. Among them is amongst living things and between living things and non-living things. There is a, you can say, cycle in the nature. Interaction is there between them. Then see, they help to maintain the food chains in the environment. Even various cycles in the environments are uninterrupted. Environmental balance gets maintained.